Welcome to the Motorhome and Caravan Show with your hosts, Jay Malpass and Jason the Motorhome and Reynolds.
First of all, it couldn't be your fault. When this life of mine would fall, it will always be my call. Trying to throw this shade on me, like they all hate on me. Don't bring that rage on me. Why they throwing shade on me, like they ashamed of me? I thought, what age are we? It's warm outside, and we all want shine. Let you know about it in the city, cause stay in the crib this time. Whoa, got pics on the way like a vacay. Shoot photo with an AK. Got friends by my side, trying to have a great day. And I wonder why they throw shades, yeah. But it's all on me, let them roam free like a European, yeah. See me pick up the phone like I'm trying to holler home, starting to act like E.T., yeah. Rock them shades, now they can't see me. Trying to run away, but I'm not speedy. Need no fake, I just want what's real, and I ride that way till I'm free, yeah. Throw this shade on me, like they all hate on me. Don't bring that rage on me, no rage.
Good evening.
I don't know what to do.
Oh, what's wrong?
It's been that long.
I know. It's been 2 weeks. I know you've had 2 weeks off doing everything, but
Don't you feel weird?
actually it's been about 10 days. We had the midweek one. Went pub.
Oh, I know what I've missed.
Go on.
The song.
No.
What do you mean,
No. No. Good week?
Everything's a blur, mate, isn't it? It's a blur.
It is, yes.
Blur. Get on with it, enjoy it, and just, we're lucky chaps, aren't we, at the end of the day? So let's just move on and just get on with it. Could be worse. But yeah, it's good. What about yourself?
Yeah, not bad. Just come back from Love to Stay in Shrewsbury.
Right.
Which is a nice 3 days, which went incredibly fast.
Okay.
Just a bit of a relaxing time, actually.
Been doing a lot of relaxing just lately.
Oh, yeah. that ends from this afternoon.
Yeah.
That ends from this afternoon. To be fair, so what have we had? Me three weekends away in a motorhome this year. That's the only holiday I've had.
Right.
Time off I've had this year.
Has everybody out there missed us?
Had the what?
I was asking everybody if they've missed us.
Missed
Seems
us?
like we've been away for ages. See, look, come in. Cabby Fever, evening guys. Now to see you back on a Sunday. There you go. As long as one person's missed me, I'm happy. So, what are we doing tonight?
Open mic night tonight, isn't it?
Open mic. I like open mic.
I know you do.
I do. And I've got my favourite guests on as well. I like to know what they've been up to.
Me?
No, not you.
Huh.
No. We'll talk to them in a bit. So, who have we got on tonight?
So first of all, at 7:10, we've got Charlie and me.
All the way from Ireland.
Yes, all the way from Ireland.
Okay.
Oh no, so we've got somebody else just before that, haven't we?
Who's
Can't
that?
remember his name.
Oh yeah. Well, we're introducing a different way we're going to do things, aren't we? Really, to be honest, that's what we're going to do. Yeah. Who else we got, mate?
And then we've got your favourites, Next Stop Everywhere.
Yeah. From Listen Pinking Bine, wherever they might be.
And then we've got Andy Morley on. I don't know if he's associated to a YouTube page or anything like that. I can't seem to find anything.
No. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, as we know, we're selling lots of motorhomes and caravans, aren't we?
Yes.
Right. And we might have trouble getting stock.
Yes.
Just bring Mark up because I've got a solution.
Evening, Mark.
Hello. Evening, all.
Right. You do not have to worry anymore about getting stock. I've sussed it.
Oh, super.
I know the future Future. This is the future.
Sounds promising.
Pokemon cards.
No.
What do you mean? Oh,
Funny.
Pokemon cards. This is the future, mate. They're flying up at prices. Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards. This is the future.
No.
Oh, come on.
That sounds.
I think we were.
brilliant.
I think we were saying this before the show, Mark. Some people get a convertible in their 40s. Some people get a new wife. Jason gets Pokemon cards.
No, they're an investment, mate. You don't realise it. Right, this one. The Evolutions XY series, right? It's out of print now. Right, they're going. This is a booster box with 36 packs in. They're going anywhere between £200 and £250, mate, and they're rising all the time.
He's done his research, hasn't he? You've got to give it him.
So, Mark, how's your week been?
better than Jason's by the sounds of it.
You just have all the different ones.
It's still going on. I don't get rid of it.
These, and then, as you can see, what you've got all the different. You're not taking me serious, are you?
Yes, mate. Yeah, we are.
Right. Do you know what my
Very
choice is to
interesting, that
that?
is.
All these Pokemons have got characters. And everybody who's on tonight, I'm going to find a Pokemon for that person.
I thought you said I was one of those yellow people with the glasses.
I'll find you. I'll find a Pokemon.
A minion.
Minion.
I'll find your Pokemon.
I can't be a Pokemon and a minion, can I?
Put it this way, Mark. You're not that one, are you, really? Let's face it.
I don't know, my camera's not good enough, I can't see.
Anything, are you? So, right, come on, let's bring Lee up.
It's fun. We've got a lot of people in the waiting room. There we go.
Hey, up, mate. You're right.
How you doing?
You'll stick with
Right.
my Pokemon, won't you?
No, that's pathetic.
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 Just very quick, Jason. Just very quickly. Barston Blinkett's sound isn't very good. Any particular persons or just everybody's? Just let us know in the comments. Thank you. Carry on. Pathetic. Yes. Pathetic. Yes.
Yeah.
What the sound?
It's yours, Jed.
Pokemon.
Yeah. Coming from that way. Yeah.
I can't believe we've had to resort to Pokemon.
That's Mark. Mark's
What?
Is it my sound?
sounds a bit.
No.
I'm getting everybody okay. Sounds okay.
That's
Right,
just-
let's move on.
That's just his accent.
That's
Yeah.
just where I'm from. Sorry.
How are you, Lee? How are you, Lee? You're right.
Yeah, good. Good. Weekend's over already.
We haven't seen you for a while, have we?
No.
Oh.
No. Busy. Really busy.
Right. As you know, we do Ask Lee on a Sunday night on the show. And normally comes on for 10 minutes to ask questions. And we've been chatting a bit about this, haven't we, Lee?
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically, when we just do it for 10 minutes, it doesn't give people a chance to get the comments in and the questions in. And then we find when Lee goes off, we tend to get people asking the questions, mate, don't we?
Yeah. So, better idea. Come on at the beginning. Then I can sit around in the background laughing at you lot and feet up, have a drink, watch the comments, any questions coming in, and then we can answer them as we're going along.
So, this is the idea. Ignore this. Yeah, as Lee says, Lee's going to stick around from 7 o'clock till 8 o'clock. Any technical questions or any questions you want to get in, Lee's going to make a note of them. Obviously, he won't be able to answer them all, so we'll Google them. And then what will basically happen is we'll bring Lee in and out the show, throughout the show, answering any of the questions. And let's see if it works this way. And yeah, we think this is a better way, mate, for the future of answer. And getting it more interactive, mate, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's the thing is, people are watching what's going on, and then all of a sudden I've been on and gone, and all of a sudden they think, oh, I wanted to ask that. So, yeah, by sort of hanging around, they can just sort of pop the questions up. I mean, there's already a couple coming in the comments already, so we'll I'll jot them down, and then as we're popping in and out, I'll answer them as we're going through the show.
Okay.
Before I go, though, I've got to do one thing. I've got to wish Mr. and Mrs. Foster, who will be watching the show, a happy 40th wedding anniversary. I did a service on his caravan.
After 3, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday,
birthday
to you. Happy
Wedding.
birthday to
Wedding.
you. Happy birthday, Mr. and Mrs. Foster. Happy birthday to you.
He's definitely been on something, hasn't he?
I know.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm excited.
The worst thing about it is I knew what was coming with that and I joined in straight away.
Where, are we missing someone?
No.
No, we're not. No. Bring him on, Shane.
What do you mean you're not missing me? God,
I missed you, Joe.
boys. Evening all. How are we?
Evening all.
You like my shirt? Another one for tonight. Look, I'm injecting colour and enthusiasm into the show.
Okay, so now we've got it.
Here we go. First one of the night.
So we got
John.
So we got Jason.
What is that? Hold it closer. I can't see that. What is it?
It's an
little pink thing.
Ordino.
Right, Jason, you called me in. Oh yeah, that's quite cute. It's kind of cute. You called me in the week. How much have you spent on Pokemon cards this week?
Nothing.
Depends who's listening.
Exactly.
We do a second live for $5.99 a month, and you will get the uncut version.
It's a bit like that there.
Oh.
Lego Star Wars on the back there.
Lego Star Wars is all right. Yeah, to be fair though, there are certain things. I mean, I've got some of those. Were they Pogues back in the 80s, 90s? The little Pogue round things.
I'm too young to remember that.
Pogs or Pogues?
Yeah.
Pogs. Yeah, I've
Pogue sung a Christmas song.
That's the one. Yeah, not that.
No,
the other one.
If you're
They're little
Jason,
round
you'd have called them Pogues.
Yeah.
Pogues.
But no, they're. To be fair,
Pogues
I've got
the
a
band?
Star Wars. I've got a Star Wars box, and it's. I've got the whole set up in the loft, and also. Do you remember those little aeroplanes that you would get in a paper, like a little paper bag, and they were like polystyrene airplanes?
Yeah.
I've got a load of them up in the loft as well. Because you never know.
I think I've got quite a lot of Pokemon somewhere. I just don't know where.
Oh, you better give me.
I was waiting for that.
How much do you want? How much do you want to pay?
Mate, if you tell me you've got Pokemon, this is what we do to your house.
I have no idea what he's up to.
Oh,
Although my 11-year-old son probably probably knows more.
Mate, I am doing no interviews tonight. I'm Pokemoning. Oh, morning. Pokemoning.
Hey, open mic. It's open mic. I love open mic. Good. I'm glad you guys agree with me.
I'm still trying to get over Pokemon.
I saw Mark the other day eating his profits.
I am sorry, viewers. I really am sorry for this really interesting show that we're putting on tonight, all about Pokemon.
The kids all love it.
Yeah.
Are we going to get a guest on before we just lose the plot?
yes, please. Yes.
Someone already has.
Lee.
You can't lose the plot if you never had it in the first place.
He's gone.
Oh, I can see how this show's going now.
Oh dear.
It was a bit like down at the pub we did the other day, wasn't it?
Oh, that was a good crack. I enjoyed that one. Really enjoyed that. It was nice, wasn't it? Nice and relaxed. Bit of a chit chat. Like you're down the pub out with your mates.
I know, Lee let us down though, didn't he?
Never got an invite, did I,
Waiting
Jason?
for ages for him.
It's bad.
It was my fault, actually. I will apologise on that.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get a guest
You know, I
on.
sat and watched it and cried.
Right, get these questions in, mate, so we can get some technical questions, Lee.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some coming in. I'll get some jotted down and I'll go through and we'll come back on in a bit.
All right, I'll make you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
All right.
Right, who forgot, mate?
Okay, so next up we've got Aaron from Charlie and Me. Let's bring him on.
Good afternoon, guys. How are you?
All right. from
Just
sunny Ireland.
Before we go anywhere, okay, I know how much you spent on Pokemon cards. So if there's anybody that shouldn't be listening in your room, ask them to leave because I'm going to rat you out.
I've really enjoyed talking to you, Aaron. Shall we move on to the next guest?
Thanks for having me on.
Bye.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I'm Aaron from Charlie and Me, by the way. That's Charlie from Charlie and Me. We have a YouTube channel and we do podcasts. The YouTube channel, we review campsites all over Ireland. And the podcasts I do with my friend called Chris, it's called The Camping Crew, and we just talk everything camping in Ireland. Now, goodbye. Thank you for having me.
So, am I right in thinking you do a lot of campsite reviews?
Yes, that's exactly what we do. No, myself and Charlie head off. We have a Heimer and we head off and basically we video review every campsite we stay in.
So you review caravan sites and everything?
Yes, from a motorhome owner's point of view. But because we don't bring children with us, I also have to take in the extent of if it's a family of 4, you know, when we're talking prices.
That's quite interesting, you see, because on our show each week, we actually used to do a review of campsites.
Yeah. We have a website called campsitereview.com. Now, it's mainly Irish. And if you can go in there and read reviews and leave reviews or agree or disagree. So I just decided to take it one step forward and we came up with Charlie and Me. My wife came up with the name because she said Aaron and Charlie, anything with Aaron wasn't going to get viewers. So Mr. Cuteness here is the star of the show. So it's we go everywhere together. Sometimes we bring Deirdre, my wife, but the last couple of weeks, it's just been myself and your man heading off camping and reviewing sites. Now, we're 7 weeks behind, so we've enough videos made and produced and finished up to November. So, you know, we try and stay a couple of weeks ahead of ourselves to get us over the winter.
That's some going, that, isn't it? 7 weeks.
Since June 29th, when all our campsites could open again, we've visited 17 campsites. We normally only stay for one night. Some places 2 nights, but normally it's only one night.
And I mean, what's the lockdown and everything like being in Ireland? Because obviously that's what it is over here.
All the pubs, most of the pubs are still closed. Doesn't bother me. I don't drink, but that's the way it is. Campsites are open, but at 75% capacity. Possibly every second pitch, every second toilet, every second shower. Some campsites have no facilities whatsoever, so they're only taking motorhomes, caravans, and campervans with their own facilities. But in general, most of them have reopened with facilities.
Right. I'm surprised. So when are things like the pubs meant to be back open again?
Another 2 weeks. It's all been reviewed last Friday, so it'll be another 2 weeks. The poor pubs have been putting on, if they serve food, they're allowed open with reduced capacity. But for what they're calling now wet bars that just serve drink, it's going to be another 2 weeks before they look at it again.
Good move, Arthur.
Yeah. Because I think if we come over there to Ireland, I think we've got 2 week quarantine in Ireland.
Yeah. We can take people from Northern Ireland down, no problem. But yeah, if you come from mainland UK, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks, which is basically going to be your holidays. You know, if you come over in your motorhome, that's basically you're probably coming over for 2 weeks, and you're going to have to quarantine in your motorhome for the 2 weeks. But you're going to have to pick a site and stay there. There's none of this. I'm in my motorhome. I go to Cork, Waterford, Wicklow, Wexford. You have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yeah, fair enough. So are you from down the south in Ireland?
No, I'm originally from Dublin, but I'm living down in the southeast. We're on the Waterford-Tipperary border. We're actually in Tipperary, and Waterford is literally 30 kilometers from here. So we're down in this, they call it the sunny southeast in Ireland. So we're just kind of from Dublin, just come straight down the coast, and you'll eventually hit where we are.
Okay. So, I mean, I was saying before the show, Aaron, I haven't been to Ireland. I absolutely made a lie earlier. I have been to Dublin. I went to Dublin last year, and I'm going to Dublin again next year. Well, that's different to obviously where you are right now. I mean, where would you go if you were telling people to come over or go over to Ireland?
If you're coming over in your motorhome, or my hotspot, my favorite campsite is literally only an hour from my house. It's called the Glen of Aherlow. There's 2 campsites down there, and the one that's owned by George is just a fantastic campsite. There's nothing for children to do unless you're into walking and cycling. There's no playgrounds. It's very popular with the British and the Germans. They love it. It's just, if you love walking and cycling, the Glen of Arlo is for you. But if you love beaches, you have Morris Castle in Wexford has a 20-kilometre beach. You have Renville in Galway and Connemara. So I couldn't say to you, Shane, oh, you've got to go too.
Yeah.
We've so many great, like in the UK, we've so many great campsites. Depending on your need. If you're bringing kids, you're going to go to the likes of Morris Castle where you have the beaches. If it's just yourself and the missus, or your kids aren't into anything and they're going to stay playing their Pokemon cards or playing any of their games, there's plenty of campsites to go to in Ireland.
Why did you have to say Pokemon again?
It actually looks like me.
To the woods today.
Yeah, so it really do like over there at where you guys are. It just depends on your needs. But from doing Charlie and me, we've about 70 reviews up at the moment. We've yet to come across a campsite that we have totally said this place is a dump. I have to be honest. We have pointed out points that we don't like and that maybe I wouldn't go back for that reason. But we've yet to come across a campsite in Ireland where we said, "Oh, this place is a dump, lads. Don't come here."
Yeah, I guess it's more facilities and stuff like that that's around, which some are lacking more than.
Yes, and some cater for more than others. A lot of them cater for families, but if you're by a beach, you're obviously going to be packed all year round, or at least for the whole summer. We've only about 11 campsites now. I can't speak for Northern Ireland, but in the Republic of Ireland, we've only about 11 campsites or less that open all year round. There's probably even less than 11 actually that open all year round. And then, of course, I don't know, you've wild camping. I'm not into wild camping, this kind of just pulling up the side of the road. There's a few places where we can go for wild camping. It's still frowned upon over here by local county councils.
Why is that?
For any reason in particular, or
Kind of, they just haven't copped on like the French have to heirs. We have private people turning farmland into recreational land, maybe on a beach, and turning that into an official legal heir. County Council Cork are fantastic. Cork down in southern, right down the south, are fantastic for looking after motorhomes. Cove has a beautiful place. It's only a car park, but there's grey water, black water facilities, €10 a night. But there are very few. If it's not for the private person turning their land into an heir, the county councils here are very, very slow to facilitate us. In fact, and I'll probably get shot for saying it, Galway, which is a beautiful city, have been getting very bad press lately at being anti-camper.
Right. Okay. I mean, just the UK and Ireland, just as a general, we're not as up to speed as Europe are we?
We're not even close to it. And as hard as we try, we're still not close. As I say, there's a few private people have done it. A couple of town councils are doing it. But we'll never be to the standard. I mean, France, mainland Europe, I can only speak for France. We visited Spain. I wasn't too gone in Spain. I love France. I love the airs. I love the campsites. Over here, we've no regulation on pricing on campsites. So you could pay from €20 a night for a unit and 2 adults up to €30 a night for a unit and 2 adults.
Yeah.
I could do with a little bit of help here. Can you get John up for us, please, Shane?
Certainly.
Hello.
Aaron, can you just explain to John how to do campsite reviews for us, please?
John is well able to do campsite reviews now, in fairness. I've been watching this show too long to go slapping him in the head. Welcome, partner.
Thank you. So, Aaron, in a couple of weeks, I'll be doing a campsite review. I was thinking about maybe having one from Ireland.
Come on over and I'll meet you, but you're gonna have to stay for 2 weeks in that campsite, so it'll be a very long review.
Oh, there could be another way around. We could do it then. I'm just
we do it together.
Out there.
We'll do it together.
Maybe you do it and email it over to me, and I'll put it on the show.
No, you missed a bit out there, John. Aaron emails it over to you. You put your logo on the front and then put it on the show. I think that's
that would work. Yeah, that would work.
Here's me with a beard.
Yeah.
You can say I was a bit under the weather. I sound slightly different, but here's a review I did in Ireland recently.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, my logo up in the corner will be dubbed with your logo, or else I just won't bother putting the logo on. The thing is, you're gonna have to explain this guy here because he's in every video.
Well,
So-
we could probably pull that off because my little dog Jax, although he's black and a cavapoo, we could probably you might just fade it a little bit. Just put
Video
a little bit,
editing is a great thing, isn't it?
Just film it in black and white.
Yeah, well, there we go.
That's what we do.
Sorted.
That's what we do.
Sorted. Nobody would know.
Now, another thing, we've got to give somebody the wish. He's been saying, I want to do some interviews. I want to get some serious interviewing done. And I said, right, okay, tonight is your chance to do some proper serious interviewing. Can we bring Mark on?
I can't find it. Where is it? There it is.
Where's he gone?
He's gone.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll run.
Now, where's your
I never
chance?
tell you. Okay, serious proper. Let's get things back to how you go. You say you go away for one night.
Yeah.
How far would you travel? What's your limit on how far you'd go, time wise or mileage wise?
I'll go anywhere. If, for example, last week we were on our 2 weeks holidays, we came back Sunday 2 weeks back. Deirdre, my wife, had to go to work, so myself and Charlie took the 5-hour trip to Donegal. But while we were in Donegal, we visited 3 different campsites, but only stayed one night in each campsite.
Each one,
now,
yeah.
But if I'm going to be driving 5 hours, I'm not going to just go up to Dunfannery, do one campsite, and then come home. So I did 4. I went to Sligo for an hour and a half, then to Donegal, an hour to another one, 2 hours down, and then I had a 4-hour drive home on the last day. So I'll go anywhere. I'll absolutely go anywhere. But if it's a 5-hour drive or a 4-hour drive, we'll do 2 or 3 reviews.
Yeah, it's a long way just for one night, isn't it?
Yeah,
there and back sort of thing. So no, it's.
But no, we do it. We pay. We go as campers. We ring and we book. At the moment in Ireland, you have to practically book everywhere online because of COVID. But even before COVID, we would just go as tourists. But I do when I get to site. Now, chances are I'll probably have a polo shirt on with the Charlie and me logo. It is on our van, our camper van, our motorhome. We've a Heimer motorhome is branded with "Follow us on YouTube." So, but every time I book in, I say to the people, "Look, you're going to see me walking around with a camera. I'm not perving. I'm actually going to be reviewing your site."
And
then I ask for permission to put the drone up, and only once we've been told no, don't put the drone up. But I will always ask permission. Then we review it, and then I always say, guys, this is my opinion, because I was on a site recently where if you love fishing, you're going to love that site. But it's a site that I'd never go back to because there was nothing in it that would entice me to go back. But seemingly, if you're into fishing, it's the site for you.
That's the thing, isn't it? Everybody's needs are different, aren't they? So one place that you could go to and go, oh, this is not really for my cup of tea, but it's
but I will say that I'd say we may not come back, but if you're into, or if your kids are into, this is the site for you. I see one of the questions there, that the nightly prices, I say they differ. Some places it's €26 for the night and you don't pay for showers. My pet hate is when you pay €26 a night and then it's €1 for a shower. Do many of your campsites charge for showers, or is it a one price at the gate and then that's it?
I've not heard that. Have you, John?
Nope. No,
Yeah,
there may be
here.
ones out there, but as a general rule, it's no. If there are showers there and they're open, then it's all included.
No, well, as a general rule here, I would say 70% of the sites you pay €1 or you have to get a token, and there's nothing worse. You're camped down that end of the park. You go to the shower and you say, I have to go and get a token. So you have to go back to the motorhome, get €1, go up to reception, get a token. Now, a lot of them will say, do you want shower tokens? We tend to use our shower in the motorhome, but in saying that, if the showers are free, I'll use the showers on site.
Mark, you got a question there?
Hold on, there's just this one. Yeah, so Roland with the Robsons, quite a few sites in North East have a 20p a shower, or a CL he went to was £1.
Wow. I can see the point in it. There's a cost in producing hot water, whether it be solar or oil or whatever. I can kind of see that, but then just charge 25 quid on the gate and let us know it's €1 or £1.
Take the hassle away,
Yeah, and equally, I was on a site. Especially when myself and Deirdre and Charlie are coming, I love to count how many units are on the site and average it out and say, your man's getting $3,000 a night here. And then I say, and then that's 3 showers. And then he's making $9,000 on showers. Too right. If I had a campsite, I'd be charging for shower. I know there's costs in it, but I would rather pay 25 quid at the gate
And no, you can go and have a shower whenever you want.
Yes, and I mentioned earlier on when you like the Glen of Arlo is my favourite campsite. It's only an hour from home. It's one price on the gate, and that's it.
Does this sound about right, Roland the Robsons? Sorry, the ones that charge often have better showers, but not the push button ones that are free.
No, on the main over here, a shower is a shower. To be honest, some when you put the token in or €1, you might get 5 minutes to 7 minutes. Whereas if it's free, you just keep pushing the button and shower as long as you want to. So on the main, no, a shower is a shower.
Sure.
Go on, Mark. You've got a question. Go on.
How long would it take to travel east west coast of Ireland?
If you leave Dublin, when you come over to Dublin, Shane, and you want to drive across to Galway, now at the motorway, you'll do it in 3 hours. Easily. Even stopping for dog pee breaks, you'll do it in 3 hours. North to south is in a motorhome, it's a good 6-hour drive.
Aaron?
I've got one last question.
Okay.
Oh dear.
I'll get to you in a second, Jason.
Yeah, in a minute, Jason. Have you ever thought about towing a car behind your motorhome?
I do. I tow Fiat 500.
You do?
You need
up
to
to
watch
last
the videos
year,
then, don't you, Mark?
Well, up to last year, we had a tag axle Heimer, and we were towing a smart car on a trailer. And we did Spain and Portugal, and it broke my heart. So when I came home, I went down to a Heimer 655 low profile, sold the car and trailer, and I use an A-frame, which is still a grey area over here, to tow the Fiat 500.
I love the way you drive the car with the A-frame attached to it.
Yeah, I know. I
to the
saw
back of the motorhome.
Yes, yeah. That's just handiness, and that's just to show how easy it is. The A-frames are brilliant, and why it's a grey area here is beyond me. And I did a lot of research before buying it because I want to do things right. And I think I'm very conscious that Charlie and me, that people kind of watch our videos for information. And the last thing you want to see spread across a local paper is motorhome guy gets pulled up for towing car illegally. So I did my research, and I'm towing a trailer because my 4 wheels are on the ground. That's how it is over here. So yeah, I towed the Fiat 500, but not everywhere. It's literally only for the 2 weeks holidays. If myself and Charlie are heading to Donegal tomorrow, we don't bring the car. I go to site, I do the review, I edit the video. Usually before I go to bed, I have the video edited, done, and saved. So we only bring the car if it's myself, Deirdre, and Charlie.
And then you end up with... Go on.
I'm assuming you're retired then, Aaron.
I'm not retired. I'm actually a photographer. I'm only 55. Look
Hey.
no, I'm a photographer, and with COVID, there's nothing doing in photography. My background, as you see here, all the CDs. My background is radio, and that's how I got into this, because I'm not afraid to sit in front of a microphone or a camera. So, no, while there's no photography going, we go camping. Deirdre's working from home here. I've commandeered the office for this because, again, with COVID, she's based at home. So we tend to get out of her hair. We hop into the van and go away for a few days.
Right, lads.
She's happy to let you.
Yeah, happy to get us out of her hair.
We're running away with time. Aaron, we could talk to you all night, matey. Is there any chance you could come back on where we could do something with an Ireland special?
Yes, let me know, guys, and just stick me an email. I'd love to come back on and chat to you.
It's brilliant, mate. I'm sorry to cut you short.
No, not at all. Not at all. Glad for the time.
John, I'd like to do something with an Ireland special or something.
Yeah.
John, I'll definitely collaborate with you. We'll touch base and we can collaborate with you, because we had been to the UK, we had done Cornwall, but long before Charlie and me. We're only doing Charlie and me.
You don't collaborate with John.
John, I'll work for you. Sorry, I'll work for you, John. No problem. But yeah, look, check out the videos, guys. It's Charlie and me, our camping vlog. The podcasts are Wednesday. The podcasts aren't audio podcasts. They're just audio. We don't do video podcasts because Chris, my co-presenter, is not television friendly.
Shane, can we do a big plug for Charlie and me, mate?
What do you mean a big plug? It's just done one.
It's on there. It's YouTube, Charlie and me.
Look.
But it's Charlie and me, our camping vlog, because if you just search for Charlie and me, you get some Chinese couple that do yoga and stuff. So we actually now have our name. If you go
careful, everybody. We have to be
YouTube.com/Charlie and me, our camping vlog. We actually have our name on it, so you'll find us that way. And guys, I appreciate the time and I love the show. Keep doing what you're doing.
Brilliant. And let's do something on Ireland, mate.
That's it. That's it. Talk to you again, guys. Thanks for having me. Take care.
Cheers, Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron. Cheers, mate. Bye.
Bye.
Right.
He's nice, isn't he? He's a good lad.
Do you know, the problem was it was running away. We could have.
No,
we
I
could have
know. And
spent-
this is
we
the
could have
thing,
spent
isn't it?
hours
Yeah.
with him. That's the thing. And I'd like to get him back on and do something along with the Irish and things like that. Because I'd love to go to Ireland. I think it's a stunning place, to be honest. What are you doing?
I mean, that trip, as he was saying, that trip from Dublin over to Galway, it's a beautiful run. It really is. I've done it a couple of years back in a car with work and spent a week over in Galway. It's beautiful, beautiful country if you've not been over. Anyway, come on, we're running away with time.
Right, we need Leon. We need Lee.
Woohoo!
What have you got for us, mate?
Right. We've had a few in. And Stephen B. It's not my son by any chance. AGM batteries. Having trouble with an AGM battery. New batteries off grid, and they're failing on him. Now, by the sounds of it, he does a lot off grid. I'm assuming he's solar charging. He needs to check his solar regulator for that, because AGM batteries require a different charge status than your regular gel and lead acid batteries. So it may be that the bulk charge isn't high enough for his AGM battery. I'm not sure if he's got more than one, but I had a customer in a couple of weeks ago who had bought a new battery, got an AGM and a gel battery, which obviously aren't compatible. They both charge at different rates. So yeah, he needs to check on that. Look at me on big screen.
I know.
Spielberg over there is getting better, isn't he?
I know, yeah. Still not enough. Yeah, so check your solar regulator and go from there, really, because that's probably going to be your issue, that your bulk charge won't be enough. And obviously, if you're off grid, it's how much you're using. So if you've got solar Victron solar charger, you might have to check with supplier what your charge output is, because most charge outputs are only up to about 14.4 volts, whereas an AGM battery requires a little bit more. So it'd be worth getting that checked. Next one was from Jason's favourites, Lee and Laurie.
Lee and Laurie. Look at that. I'm good at that.
Should our water pump be noisy when running?
No.
What man's
Well,
that?
it depends how noisy, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, it depends what you call noisy. Some people say that their pumps are noisy, and I don't think they are particularly noisy, but there are some vans where they're mounted, when they're side mounted, they are particularly loud. There was a thing on a
Can I
forum.
just cut in there, Lee?
Go on.
Do you ever remember when we had Mark from Grand Adventures on?
Yes.
The American guy.
No. Yeah.
Outstanding. He actually did a video on how to quieten down your pump.
Yeah,
And
you
it was
can
the
fit
pipes going
dampers
to
to
the
them.
pump. Yes.
Yeah, you fit dampers to them, and it'll quieten them down. I was going to say,
Please
Jixer
don't watch his
750
video.
Pilot has
Please
just
don't-
commented.
Please don't watch his video, because I was actually going to do that video and I forgot all about it. So I will do this. And you can watch that. Sorry, mate.
Jixer 750 Pilot's just put, mine is noisy in my Swift. Swift are normally the ones that people complain most about for noisy pumps. So yeah, that's there are things out there that you can dampen them with if you have a look online. There's not a specific kit. There are things that people have done to quieten the pumps down. Gregor Menzies, he's come in. He's got a new van, and he says his hob's not working.
He's had it a
First thing
week.
for this would be, make sure. See, depending on what sort of thing you've got, it may have a lid switch. Your lid may not be back far enough. The other thing is, when you get to your gas valves, you may have one in a different place, and it looks the same as the others, but the pipe's going off a different way, so you can actually be switched off. But the first thing I'd check is your lid. Make sure it's pushed right back.
That's a good shot, mate. The amount of times I've been caught out on that.
Yeah. Running with the Robsons, front locker leak. Little tip: every caravan or motorhome should carry a tin of silicone spray. Spray it on all your window seals, all your locker seals regularly, once a month. Spray your seals and keeps the rubber fresh. Front lockers, obviously, they're in and out, they get knocked down. I'd try it first, was check that it's all in place properly, and then spray it all with some silicone spray. If that's no good, then obviously, yeah, you're probably going to look at having to replace the seal.
What does the silicone spray do, Early?
It just plugs the rubber back up. It just revives the rubber on it, really. A lot of people don't even realise that, you know, all like your toilet cassette lockers and, I mean, your toilet lip seal, you know, you're supposed to silicone spray it. The locker doors, a lot of vans now, Baileys in particular, do say that on all the doors, periodically spray with silicone spray.
The thing is, Lee, though, if you've got a locker closed all the time, that rubber is being pressed together, isn't it?
It's compressed in, yeah. And the thing is, especially with like front like bulkhead lockers, they're the ones that people clamber in and out of, so the seals do get knocked off, and then they get closed and pinched because they're not, you know, seated correctly. So yeah, check it's all seated properly, give it a spray, and see how you go on from there.
Just chuck in another one that you haven't got there, Lee. This one here.
Go on.
Because you'll see the other side of it, I reckon. I would like your opinions on the cowboy dealers who have sprung up selling untested, so not fit for purpose vans. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if you come across
loads of these.
Yeah. Okay.
In what way?
There's people out there that, well, they're leaking gas. The electrics aren't safe. You know, the vans are rotten. But there's just masses of them at the moment. I mean, it is dealers. There's a lot of private sales with stuff that's going out that, like I said, you wouldn't keep chickens in. It's horrendous, some of it. Fortunately, I'm that busy at the moment that I haven't really got time to be going to try and deal with these vans, because, you know, I'm dealing with my regular customers. But yeah, there's loads of stuff out there at the minute. Every week I'm getting a dozen calls on people who've bought vans, and they're just shocking. I've actually got a customer who's got a brand new van that has got severe problems with, that they've just rejected. So, and this is brand new. I mean, it's only 3 weeks old, this van is. So you have to wonder when people say they've done PDIs and what they have actually done, because I don't think I know what Jason does for a PDI, and I know the lengths he goes to make sure that van's right for when it goes out. There's a lot of people out there that aren't even doing the basics. So,
mate, can we get you back in a little bit, because we're just running away with time and answer the other questions?
Yeah, no worries.
So if you want to get any more questions in, just get them in the comments, and Lee will make a note of them, and we'll get Lee back in just after the next people we've got on.
Cool. See you in a bit.
All right, see you in a bit, mate.
There we go.
Here are my favourite. This is my favourite guest. Look. Off in the sunshine. Off they go. Anyway, just get along. My favourite guests. Next up.
The daft thing is, I'm looking at Andy's face and it's like, what is happening here?
Oh, he's that. He better sack himself off for later, I'm telling you. Hey,
how we doing?
Doing all right.
It was interesting you had Aaron on, because obviously we did a tour of Ireland last year.
We did Belfast to Dublin the long way round.
We did the Wild Atlantic.
You sent me a photograph.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, thanks for having us on the Pokemon show. It's quite a change of pace.
Yeah, that's how we do it. I love it when you come on every month. What have you been up to? Let's talk about you.
Well, so where were we last time? We were in Lithuania last time we spoke to you.
Yeah, we were staying at an art school, weren't we? There's also a campsite in Lithuania.
So we've done Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, and now we're in Slovakia.
We're in eastern Slovakia right now.
Shane?
That's right. No, I thought you'd gone with the wind.
I was looking at the comments, to be honest.
Sorry, Chappie. I know.
Quiet.
Usually, once you wind me up when I'm talking, you can't stop me. I know that's what usually happens.
To be fair, it's just nice to have the silence from him. That's what got me.
It's where we're staying tonight. It's where we are tonight in Slovakia. I was a bit worried about saying it because it's pronounced Košice.
Košice. That's where we're staying. Košice.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Košice.
Okay.
It's not difficult, Shane, is it?
Go on then, Jason.
Košice.
Košice.
You'll go.
Dead easy.
Yeah.
Košice.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not said how it's spelled. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
How's
It's
it spelled?
just as confusing as all the other
So
languages.
it's KOS. I described it with a hat on it. It's got the triangle above it.
ICE.
ICE. Yeah.
Are you still enjoying yourselves?
Oh
Yeah, loving life.
Well, how could you not be when this was what you do? You know.
We stayed on a winery last night.
Yeah, we so Slovakia we found out has got 7 different wine regions just within this really small country, and we headed over to eastern Slovakia, found a nice little winery, bought a couple of bottles of wine, and said, "Hey, is it okay if we stay the night?" And they were like, "Yeah, you know, you bought some booze, stay in the car park." So we stayed over there and drank a lot more, and woke up this morning with a fuzzy head.
Yeah.
It's like, because like you point these videos up, and I'm like, God, you wear me out.
We don't stop very often, do we?
No.
We do travel quite a lot.
Yeah, because like it's like as if like you're going around the world in 90 days.
It feels like it sometimes.
I think the thing with us is we're not, although we're doing this full time, we're not going to do this forever. So we're kind of, there is a bit of a time limit, you know. We want to be back in the UK to spend Christmas with our families, and then we've got to consider that we may have to quarantine as well and all that stuff. So yeah, there is a bit of a time limit, and we kind of want to see as much as we can, but not rush it too much.
As much as we can.
You want to get back. You want to get back for Christmas then? December.
Yeah, we want to be back in the UK to spend Christmas with our families. Yeah.
Now it makes sense because like I'm thinking like, well, you're off there and you're like, boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
Jeez. But I tell you what, you visited some stunning places.
So the bit that really have astounded us is the Baltic states. Like not a lot of people go there for like a long weekend. They might go to Riga in Latvia or Tallinn in Estonia, but people don't go there with their motorhomes from the UK or their caravans.
Or if people do, they will have gone up to Norway, down Finland, and they just transit through on the way back.
Yeah, but people go the long way around through Finland. And the Baltic states are just stunning, aren't
They're beautiful.
Absolutely
and
gorgeous.
We worried that English would be an issue, as in people wouldn't speak English and we would struggle with the language. We didn't have a problem at all. Everyone we came across spoke some form of English, or we could understand each other.
It does make you feel a little bit guilty, you know, going in and having to speak English and not understanding what they're saying, and they can obviously speak English. I think we've said for the future that we'd like to try and make more of an effort to learn a bit more of some different languages before we travel.
German is a very useful language for Europe because obviously the Germans travel a lot.
Lots and lots of German vans. Yeah,
people in other countries learn German as a second or third language.
So if you're going to travel around Europe by motorhome, it is quite useful to have a basic level of German, because anywhere you go, everybody's got a basic level of German, because that's the predominant nationality that tour around Europe.
Yeah.
Are you winging it on the way round, or have you got a plan?
No, we do it sort of week to week sort of thing, don't we?
Yeah, because I mean, at the moment we'd planned to go Slovakia into Hungary, but Hungary, as of the 1st of September, closed their borders to all foreigners.
So yeah, you're not allowed into Hungary for a month. So we that cut us off, and now we're going to head west towards Austria, aren't we?
Yeah, and then up into
the Czech Republic,
or as it is now,
Czechia.
And then back into Austria, because we're actually we've booked a couple of nights in a hotel for our wedding anniversary. So
yeah, you deserve it.
first 2 nights out of the van since Christmas.
Since January.
Since January, yeah. First 2 nights we've not slept in the van since January. So
yeah,
you can have a bath.
mountain spa resort.
just a little treat. Just a little treat.
You can have a bath.
If it's got a bath, I'm having a bath.
I tell you, it'd have been a lot easier. If a lot of people would have just turned around and gone home, wouldn't they? Really? Shame. Well, come on, wouldn't they? Fair
They would have
play.
done, yeah. Well, most people did, didn't they? Really?
Yeah.
Well, in fairness, that is completely down to Claire, because I was the one that was saying, look, should we be staying here? Shouldn't we be hightailing back to Britain? And you were like,
I was like, no, we have not travelled all the way to Europe to head back again.
yeah, we were all the way in Denmark at that point, and you were like, well,
No.
if we can stay, we might as well stay. We are safe and secure in our motorhome, and we as long as we can find somewhere where we can remain secure and have electric and have all the stuff we need, why would we go back? Because if we go back, there's nowhere for us to stay anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Fair play. John's been doing some videos of different campsites, and he did one of Europe as well the other week. Did you
Yeah,
get John? Can we bring John up, please?
he's very good, isn't he?
It
He's
was
very
a
good.
very familiar sight, that.
It was such
Did you see it with the bees and everything?
with the bees, lovely sight.
Honey.
It was a
Yeah.
Hi, Claire.
Hello.
Thank you again for doing that video. That was brilliant.
Can
It was
I
amazing.
just say?
by the way.
John,
Lovely.
Can I just say something for everyone? Right. There was no need for you to do that, and that was a cracking video, mate. Both of it. No,
Yep.
seriously.
Well, it's like everybody says when they come on here. We love what you guys do, and we want to support it in any way we can. So doing stuff like that and coming on every now and again is our way of saying thank you for doing the great show that you do.
Yeah, we love it.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm quite touched about that.
I love your vlogs as well. I do love your videos.
I do.
The museum one, was it a couple of days ago or last
Yeah.
week?
Oh, it's the Estonian National Museum.
In Tartu, yeah. Place is amazing.
Honestly, the information, even my wife has said, how does Sam know all of this info? He's just like a funnel of knowledge. It's amazing.
We should do a
It's
Well,
usually
the errors
sort
we
of
make.
half
You
an
do
hour.
an outtakes.
If we could walk around somewhere, taking it all in, then half an hour on Google,
yeah.
and then we try and do it in like one take.
But something
Straight through.
something we didn't mention that we forgot to put into the edit on that museum is when you have your ticket, they ask you where you're from.
Oh yeah.
So and you think, why do you need to know that? But it makes it clear when you go there, if they've got smart ink screen, so it's like a Kindle, and you tap your ticket on the edge of the screen, and it changes all the information on that screen into your language.
So every exhibit you can go in and read it in English or Spanish or Italian or German or whatever nationality you're in. So it's a museum of Estonia that kind of is accessible to every nationality,
Everyone, yeah.
which is brilliant.
Brilliant. Yeah. One question I did have is, why didn't you go into the upside down house across the road? I would have been in there like a shot.
Every single country.
We just they're a big tourist draw here in the Baltic states and in Poland as well.
Oh yeah.
And they're everywhere. And we were just like, if you drive past them every sort of 2 or 3 days, and you're like,
Yeah,
there's another one, there's
another
another one, there's another one. First time we saw it, we were like, that's really unusual. And after the 8th or 9th one, you're like,
Oh yeah. Hey, look, there's another upside down house.
yeah.
That's the point we got to by the Estonian one. We were like, ugh.
No, brilliant. Like I say, thank you again for doing that video. It really appreciated. If you want to do another, by all well,
I hope you do. I hope you do.
they are brilliant. And
Cheers.
thank you for doing your vlogs as well, because like I say, I've since this I've come across your channel, and I do watch your videos and really like them. So yeah, no.
Okay.
And anybody who's watching, if you
very
don't
good.
follow Next Stop Everywhere, get on over to their channel after this is finished and subscribe.
Now he really was to be taken as a serious presenter. So can we bring him on, please?
Fine, it's going to be like Parkinson. This is.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Say it again.
no, that's what we thought.
That's what everyone's thinking, I think.
Off you go.
I've got to ask questions. Why are you not in a caravan?
Yeah, because we don't have the license.
Yeah,
Is the big.
We're too young for the license.
We're too young for the license. Yeah.
Fair enough. Have you ever rolled up to anywhere and thought, oh, this looks a bit dodgy. I'm not comfortable stopping here, or
we have, but we've usually stopped there.
We still stayed there.
I can remember on one that you said it looked a bit funny, and then actually when you woke up the next morning, it was like, wow, this is amazing.
We get a few of those. We stayed in one the other night that we rolled up to. It looked like it. It looked more like a building site than a campsite. It was half finished, and it was a tiny little place. The guy who was running, we just pulled up and there was no one else there. The guy who was running it was sitting outside with a bottle of some spirit, like endlessly smoking chain cigarettes, and we thought this was a bit dodgy. But we pulled in and we paid the money, and we thought, we'll just stay tonight because it's dead easy.
He didn't speak any English.
He didn't speak any English. He only spoke Slovak. And then he invited us over to where he got this little bar.
Well, he didn't really invite us. He didn't give us a choice.
No, he just knocked on the door and said, "You come and have a drink." So we went over and had a drink with him, and we had to start with Borovica.
Borovica,
which is like a 40% proof juniper spirit.
It's like gin moonshine.
They call it Slovak moonshine. So after that, the campsite was beautiful.
Oh yeah, after 7 shots of that, I don't remember a thing.
It was amazing.
But the thing is, them stories will last with you forever.
And I guess that's why when we roll up to somewhere dodgy, we're like, well, let's just take a chance because you never know if you're going to have a fun experience at the end of it.
Yeah, but as we said, so the guy spoke barely any English. He spoke a bit of German and mostly Slovak, and we still managed to have a conversation with him.
Yeah, it was great. It was great fun. And I think and in fairness, all the places we've been, all the sites we've stayed at, all the countries we've been through, we've never had a single issue, have we?
No.
We've never been thrown off a site. We've never been shouted at. We've never had any kind of abuse. Even you think, being British, traveling around Europe at these times, you might get that, but it's been fine.
Yeah.
Have you worried going to a country and sort of thinking, are we going to get locked in there, and are we going to just be stuck there and not be able to get out? Or
they did do.
We've done it once, so we're quite happy to do it again.
I think that's the whole attitude. If it happens again, it happens again. We wanted to get back to Christmas, but if we don't, we don't. We just make the best.
It's not going to be the end of the world. And if that was to happen closer to December, and you're thinking, oh no, we've missed Christmas now, we've not got back.
It gives us, because we're more into Western Europe now. It allows us, if we need to be able to sprint back. It take from here or from where we're going to be back to Calais is probably a good sort of 12, 13 hours.
Yeah.
In one long drive, so it would be doable. But yeah, we just sort of take them as they come, don't we?
We're not planning anymore. We're being very, very flexible with our locations.
Yeah.
I suppose you've got to, haven't you? It's literally just got to be take every day as it comes, and
yeah.
Go from there, really.
What's been so useful is because of the coronavirus thing here, most sites are empty and there's not a lot of people traveling, and if you turn up somewhere, you're usually guaranteed to be able to get on, and it just makes the whole experience a lot easier. I don't think it would be this easy normally in the summer.
No, we've not. I mean, all through the summer holidays, we've not had to book ahead. We've just turned up and there's been space.
We only got turned away from one site, didn't we?
Well, no, we phoned.
We phoned that site and they said no, there's no room.
Yeah.
But everywhere else, we just turned up and there's been loads of room.
Is a question? Is there anything you're missing from home, or is there any special food or anything like that? Something that.
What are you missing?
Well, let's see. Sam's interesting thing he was missing was Yorkshire tea.
I like a nice Yorkshire brew. I do. And I ran out. They did sell it in the local supermarket where we were in Denmark, but we haven't been able to find it anywhere else. So I got my in-laws. I got Claire's parents to send a big box of it to Latvia.
A care package out for you.
Yeah. Just a big box of tea, nothing else.
Yeah,
just a big box.
We were meeting friends from the UK who had just moved to Latvia. Yeah. So my parents sent a box of 280 Yorkshire tea bags to Latvia.
So now we're sorted. Now it's all good. What about you? Have you missed anything?
No, they sell chocolate all through Europe. And
Chocolate and coffee. That's it.
I don't have an issue with coffee because they don't. I hate instant coffee. I'm a coffee snob, so I hate instant coffee, and I'm not a big fan of espresso or Italian coffee. I like a good old-fashioned drip coffee, proper coffee.
There you go. So coffee and chocolate.
Coffee and chocolate. Happy days.
That's
That's all you need.
Sounds like a podcast.
Right, you two. Thanks very much. I love having you pair on. Whenever we plan the open mic, they never ask me who I want on. I'm like, why would you ask me? Well, it's like, next stop everywhere, Nick. I was like, what? Are you going to join me next month?
Yeah, we'll come back on next month.
I know.
I need you next
where we're
month.
gonna be.
Without giving anything away, I need you next month.
Okay, all right.
Something big's happening, and I need you on my side.
Is it like
Next
a Pokemon card tournament or something? Is that what it is?
It's some type of tournament, but it's going to be better.
All right.
We'll let you know later.
We'll be there.
We'll let you know later. Thanks a lot, YouTube. Good. Let's get YouTube next up everywhere. Subscribe.
Thank you.
My favourite open micers.
Been
Cheers,
great,
guys.
guys.
Look after yourselves.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
What we got next? We're going on pretty quick.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I know you do.
I do. I really, really do. We better move on because we're running away with time. We only planned an hour, didn't we? We need Lee back up, don't we?
Okie dokie.
This has been Lee. This has been Lee, right, trying to get all the comments in. Tortoise blowing smoke.
Really?
Oh, just act your age and act like a kid for a change.
I've been building Lego all day. I've been building the Ewok village.
So when you missed it, did you like go like that?
Unbelievable, Jeff. Right.
And then were you all happy when you did that?
I know, I'm not going to say anything.
Right, what have we got, mate?
Right. Teresa Timms. Can you leave a motorised dump valve open when not using a van to allow the pipes to dry out? Now, I know when you shut the 12 volt off, some close themselves. I'm not sure which ones you've got. The only downside to leaving dump valves open is it all allows all sorts of things to climb inside your pipework. So especially if you're leaving a freshwater tank dump valve open, then I wouldn't advise it because it'll allow all sorts to climb inside it. So yeah, I'd personally close them when not in use. After you've dumped everything out, basically, I'd close them again. Phil Blunt,
it's a good shout, that is, actually, Lee, to be honest.
Yeah,
dump everything out and then
dump everything out, close them back up again. It just stops them getting anything in. Phil Blunt came back asking if he could do WD-40 instead of silicone spray, but Rolling Brother Robson's jumped in and said, obviously, no, it's a completely different thing. It's a petroleum-based lubricant, penetrating oil, not a silicone spray, used for a different thing. So really, silicone spray. Silicone spray is not too expensive to keep in the van. It's probably cheaper than WD-40, in all honesty. What was the other one? Brian Matthews came in with Trigano Challenger Motorhome, what's called a floating roof. The outer skin is not attached to the interior. Want to fit a solar panel with Sikaflex. Will it stay on the roof? It'll stay on the roof. That's not a problem. It's once Sikaflex goes off, it won't be going anywhere. In all honesty, I couldn't be 100% sure without checking further into it.
It shouldn't be fitting the solar panel onto the roof. It should be the brackets, Lee, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think that's what he means is the solar panel brackets. But your best bet would be to get in touch with your Trigano dealer and check on that, because I wouldn't like to say yes and be wrong. I'd rather advise you to check with your dealer and see what they say, especially if it's a van under warranty, because you don't want to do something that's going to put your warranty at risk. So there you go. That's been about it, mate.
Is that it?
I think that's, unless there's anything else. Just
sorry. There was one here. Oh, there we go. This is the Burson Argos 747.
Squeaky brakes. Is that on a motorhome?
Motorhome. Yeah. New one.
Yeah. Squeaky brakes. Normally, squeaky brakes are just dirty, aren't they?
Yeah, it's more for the mechanic there, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a mechanical sort of issue if you've got squeaky brakes. But normally, squeaky brakes are down to dirt in them.
Okay. Now, there's two more, which both Leanne Laurie and this person has questioned.
Is a 750 Pilot, why are PDI being done by the dealer? If missed, it's the customer who gets the aggro. Why don't they PDI it before it left the factory?
What happens to quality checks when they come off the production line? I don't know. I don't know how. The thing is, a lot of manufacturers won't let the likes of myself go in and see how these things are put together. So we don't know what they do when they come off. You know, they have to have certification for the gas. They have to have certification for electric. The actual build, I know from speaking to a particular manufacturer's engineers who were out doing a recall on a van, that quality control within the actual place of manufacture depends on how desperate they are for the vehicles to get out. And that came direct from engineers. So,
Lee, that's a whole new subject, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's been transported from the manufacturer to a dealer anyway. You know, so a dealer should be checking that things are right before vans go out. I mean, there's obviously things that they can't check, but yeah, it like you say, it's a whole different conversation, really.
Yeah. Anything else?
Brian Matthews just come in. Yes, with brackets to fit, but the roof is wavy, not flat. Not a screw in it. The van's not under warranty. Right. Trigano roofs with the wavy roofs. They have a special thing for
the wavy roofs.
The wavy roofs. They have a plate for fitting the roof lights on. I have no idea where you get those things from because I've inquired several times. I even got a supplier who deals with Trigano direct, and even they said we can't get hold of them. So it's a bit of a tricky one, that, to be honest with you, because you've got to have a good contact point. If you're unsure, I'd say no. It's still a floating roof to put two solar region second collectors, rock solid. Yeah. Again, it's being comfortable with it going on. If you're unsure, better to check with dealers, you know, the manufacturers, rather than or what they would recommend for fitting a solar panel onto it.
Yeah, it's a good shout, that is, Lee. I think this format's worked better with us with the technical questions, don't you?
Yeah.
The chance to get everything in. Have you found it, Lee? Better.
Yeah, that's loads easier. You've got time to look at what people have sent in and whatnot before you can give them an answer. So.
All right, mate. Well,
just very quickly, just going back to what we were just saying, Greg's got it right here. The dealer really does take the brunt of it, don't they? When there's something
at the
wrong
end
with the
of
product
the
that's
day,
being made.
If when you buy something, your warranty stands with the supplying dealer, not the manufacturer. So the first port of call for any warranty claim is your supplying dealer. So
yeah, correct. Yeah, but it is always
why.
the dealer that gets. Yeah, it is all there is the dealers that get it over.
But all the dealers send it out without not checking it off, though.
I would say quite often.
Yeah.
You know, I've been to vans, second-hand vans that have supposedly been PDI'd and cleaned, and I've found things in the van when I've gone to it. It's literally been towed from the dealers to a storage yard, and they've said, "Can you check it over?" And you know, I've arranged to be there, got there, and said, "There's no way this has been checked and cleaned because there's either damp in it or there's something been left inside it that wouldn't be there if it had been cleaned, etc. So.
Well, there's the other one, isn't it, Lee? Don't get me started on this. How many times have you gone to do gas tests and the gas hoses are so out of date?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did one this week. 2005 Bailey Caravan still got the original gas hose and regulator on. So the gas hose has been out of date for 10 years, and the regulator's been out of date for 5 years. So
yeah. Here's one, mate. This sounds harsh, but never know why deals are brand new vans that obviously mega issues, and they just say will get sorted when it has a PDA. If I was selling the van, would get sorted before selling. Now, I'm just going to give another angle on that. Is rolling with the Robsons, you have one van which is selling, and you're going to get sorted before you're selling. A motorhome dealership or a caravan dealership has probably got 50 of them. Now, the priority for the dealership is the ones that have sold is to get them sorted before they go out. Now, if they haven't got a load of vans that are sold, then they would get them sorted before they went out. And that's the position I'm in. I have to get the ones that are sold first. But we would like to get them all done.
Yeah, and the other problem is they could be sat there for a year before they do sell. It's okay getting them PDR'd before when they first come in, but if they're there, I mean, there's dealers that have vehicles in stock for 2-3 years before they get sold. That's a lot of deterioration in that time that can happen.
It's only so much to do, isn't
it? Best bit of advice if you're going to buy a brand new van, have a bit of finance on it. Doesn't matter if you can afford it, have a bit of finance on it.
But having said that, the new... Sorry, the Consumer Rights Act 2015, that covers you a lot. That covers you massively.
Yeah,
for the first 6 months, certainly.
I've done inspections for Black Horse, for some, for people that have, rejected vans and stuff. Some of them are pretty much, there's an issue, and some people will just try the luck, but. Once a finance company gets involved, then dealers and manufacturers start to take things a bit more seriously than someone just coming in and waving their hands and shouting at people.
We could go on like this all night, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Right, mate. Thanks for that. We'll see you next week.
No problem. No, I'm on holiday next week.
You are?
Again?
I'm on holiday again. Yeah. I'm on holiday next week.
So answering all your technical questions next. So answering all your technical questions next week. Right, mate. I'll speak to you in the week. All right.
All right. Catch you in a bit.
See you later.
Ciao, mate.
That worked better, mate, didn't it?
It did, yeah. It did.
Yeah. If you're booking a service, if you're around the shops your area, I'll be Caravan Services. Now, he might be a bit nervous, mate, because it's a long time since he's been on YouTube. So he could be a bit nervous. I didn't find his channel, actually. I actually did find it on the History Channel. So, shall we bring him in?
Okay.
Have we got a video first?
We have got a video first. Let's kick off with the video.
You've cocked up there, haven't you? You've cocked up.
I'll be quiet.
And that was taken in the summer of '69 with his grandkids.
Sorry, you're gonna have to say again. I turned the speakers down.
Not bad.
That was taken in the summer of '69 with his kids.
How are you, Jen?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm all right. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
it has
this
been
is
a
YouTube
while.
we're on now, you know.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, the last time I was on YouTube, I got rid of my hair.
Yeah, we can see how big it is now. Shall we get his mucker on, John?
Yeah, I feel like A bit of
Here
that.
we are.
on.
Hang on,
Come
hang on.
on, John,
Hang
off
on.
you
Let
go.
me just
Get
sort
the
this
order
out.
out. There
Hang
we
on. Let me get this sorted out. There we go. Right. Hello, Mr. Morley.
Right,
We're on
first
top
things
now,
first,
kid.
what on earth is that shirt you're wearing?
Hey, this is a nice flowery
Are you
Hawaiian
into a
type.
barbecue or something?
No. I bring and inject a certain amount of colour and enthusiasm into this show, like what we do, you know.
Okay, if that's what you want to call it.
How are you, mate?
I'm very well, thanks. I'm very well.
Good to have you on the
good.
show.
Thanks very much for having me. As I said, it has been a while. We've had a break, but I am back.
A break more like a bloody
hang on.
sabbatical.
A while, 9 months.
Has it been that long?
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
you've done the head shave, which was the live, and
Okay.
obviously you do the podcast with me and Dan as well.
Yeah.
But your last video that I checked out was about 9 months ago, man.
Oh, no.
But you have had a busy summer, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I sort of did foresee this question, which was what was the reason for the break? And there was a combination of things really. I'm not going to pick any bones about it really. I think there was a bit of a motivation side of things. Certainly a sort of work-life balance that I'd said to people before about how much time it's sort of taken to produce these videos, as you guys know. And I was ended up with no time to spend, with Kate, my wife, and the kids. It was always, at work all day, working away, and then coming home and editing for 2 or 3 hours a night. It just kind of got to me, really. Other than that, it's kind of massive.
Can I just cut in there before you go? Carry on. What he's just said there, people don't realise until they actually do it. You go to work all day like the guy does. You come home, you've got editing is so hard. Like he says, 2 or 3 hours, and it can burn you out. And sometimes you do just have to walk away for a while. Sorry to cut in there, matey, but
no, and that's completely it. Of course, we could see that people were commenting, people were asking, "Is everything okay?" So everything is fine. I mean, it did also coincide last year with taking on an enormous garden project, which the reason for doing that was to save a bit of cash. But it did take me a hell of a lot longer than I'd had expected. I mean, last summer, obviously, you might know, we went to Spain. The day before, I was still doing jobs on the garden, and we hadn't even packed the caravan or the car until we left. Until the morning of the night we left. It was that close.
Garden looks good now, though. Done a good job. Have you got the barbecue finished now?
Yeah, it's all
good work.
It's all good.
Oh God! Now you started Shane off.
Oh God, yeah, I forgot about Shane and his barbecues.
What have you had done, Andy?
I built my own brick barbecue. Okay. So I bought a kit during lockdown, I think, and then built it up over the course of about just over a week. I had laid bricks once before, but nowhere near as many. And it's finished. It's not perfect, but I'm happy with what it is. And I kind of got all my advice from YouTube and various brickies and stuff like that, and their advice. And it was it seemed to.
You really appreciate a good brickie when you see them putting up at the rate that they do, don't they?
You see some of these guys on there, and they're saying on site they're laying 1,000 bricks a day, and you look at it and go, it took me a week to lay 200.
Yeah.
But
So Andy, the serious interviewing questions.
Okay.
So your channel, obviously, are there videos coming? Have you done some filming?
I mean, even though I hadn't been sitting in front of the computer editing, I have still shot holidays as though I was going to edit them. We were away over Christmas in the northeast, and I shot all of that. I just hadn't sat down to do it. And the summer project last year was for the garden. This year it's rolled into this year, but work has been the way that it has. And of course, with lockdown, I was, for the company I work for, I was one of only 3 staff that weren't furloughed out of 15. And the last thing I wanted to do, having spent, all day in this office, the last thing I wanted to do was sit down. I needed to get out. But
you prefer to start your midlife project, wouldn't you?
We'll come on to that.
We'll come on to that.
Says the person with the midlife shirt.
What's wrong with my shirt? God, I get so much grief on this show about my bloody shirts. There's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, so to answer your question, John, there's a series from when we've just been to Cornwall. We were in Trewethick Farm just over a week ago, and I'm not sure when that's going to hit. It will either be this week or next week. The new intro was something I wanted to get done first, and now that that's done, it's a case of you come back to editing and you got to relearn to edit using the program and software you've been using before, and that takes a bit of time to get back up to speed. But
I mean, hopefully all the viewers already subscribe to your channel, but if they don't, obviously as a fellow caravaner, just a little bit about your channel. What do you do?
Yeah, okay, so back in 2017 was when we launched our first video, and it was an introduction as to who we are. It was off the back of Dan Trudgeon's sort of shout out, really, to say, let us know who you are, video your van, what you like, what you don't like, and introduce yourself. And we're a family of 5, and really the whole emphasis behind making videos was really remembering the holidays that we've been on, and also seeing the kids grow. And I think actually when we release this next series of videos, people are going to say, oh my goodness, how much have they grown in that last 12 months since you went to Spain last summer to what, you know, to what they are now. And it's, I mean, Finn, in the course of lockdown, I think he's grown 4 inches.
I was going to say, it's been a while since we've seen Finn. Obviously, we met up with you guys a couple of months back.
Yeah.
For us, for a cheeky one-nighter.
Yeah.
But it was, again, like you say, the girls have just sprouted up. And...
Well, Finn's 13. He's the same. He's as tall as me. Of course, I tell him he's shorter, but it's only by a hair. So yeah, that was the reason and the motivation for us, and there was no other purpose there. There was no other agenda. It was just for us to share our holidays and our experiences. And I kind of like I enjoyed learning how to put the videos together to try and make it better, and that's kind of the person that I am, really. And it felt also a bit like I was just doing same all the time.
Because caravanning vlogging wasn't your first sort of entry into YouTube videos, was it?
No. I made a few videos.
I know you, Morley. Sorry.
So I first came across YouTube really when I wanted to learn to ride a motorbike. And I was, pre-test sort of days really. And we did the same before we bought the Caravan. And that's how we found Dan's channel and how we found, a few other vloggers as well. But right, no, I made a few videos. Right,
here we go. I think why you've not been on quite as often is because of this podcast you do. What's it called, John? Is it Caravan Chat and Coffee?
Andy, look at you. See what I've got to put up with week on, week out.
I'm going to help Andy. I'm going to help Andy.
Go on then.
Now, this Caravan Coffee Chat thing, malarkey, you do.
Caravan Coffee and Cake.
Cake, that's it then. By the time we've talked about it, but by the time it gets released, it's old news.
Wow.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to dump Dan. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. We don't need him.
Wasn't Dan meant to be on tonight?
Dan who? Look how we flow together. Right. He won't do live. He can't do live. Now look at this. We could call it Caravan, Campervan, Coffee, Cake. CC.
Andy,
and we're going to start it. And we're going to start it next Sunday. We're going to have a 10-minute segment. We're going to bring Andy in slowly because he needs the practice.
He's been out of it for a long time, hasn't he?
He has, but we're going to bring him in slowly, and we're going to talk motorhomes and caravans. What's better? And we'll have a 10-minute segment every Sunday, and we'll bring it on.
Andy, I forgot to mention this to you.
Sorry, Andy. Next Sunday, the big man is gone.
The big man's gone.
He's gone.
He does all the editing for the
podcast. And to be fair, we're supposed to be recording one on Tuesday, aren't we?
No, absolutely. I've told him. It's done. I've told him. The contract's signed. Solicitors are sorted. It's done.
We've sorted the fees, haven't we, and all that sort of stuff.
It's all done. It's all done. Basically.
Why was Andy getting more than me? Because he's
got hair.
Well, not much. Fees, that'd be a fine. Do it for love. It's all for love.
The thing is, Andy, is the beauty of doing it live. You haven't got to edit anything.
No, there is that, isn't there?
And that's where Dad had got you. That's where he got you. Look, lads,
And
I have to
hearing
do this.
Hearing Bear and Sam about saying that, the one take thing, that seriously helps with the editing.
Mate, Andy, how long do our podcast records actually take? I mean, Dan magically condenses it into 45 minutes. Oh, here he is!
Well, it's probably about a 3-hour natter, something like that.
So, Dan, next Sunday on the Motorhome and Caravan Show, we'll be having a 10-minute segment of the CC and CC of Motorhomes and Caravans. If you want to tune in and comment on our little section, feel free.
What do you reckon, Andy?
Yeah, whatever.
See? How shallow. It cost me a pint.
So, Andy, what's
we'll see
plans?
We'll see.
Hang on, let's bring it back to our guest. Dan didn't want to come on.
See what I mean? See?
Yeah.
Even your mockers don't want you, Dan.
Oh, Andy will be in trouble now. Well, in fact, my phone's going already.
John,
yes,
he's going to get rid of you anyway.
Was he? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Andy? Andy, do you know anything about this?
He said he didn't like his shirts.
What's again?
He said he said you talk. The reason why it took him so long to edit was because you talked too long.
Oh well, that Andy knows that is not true. That is completely the other way around.
He says you're not current and relevant to hip his channel.
Well, at least we're caravanners.
Sorted.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What were you going to ask, Don?
Sorry, mate.
What were you going to ask?
So what's the plans next? What are your plans? So obviously we've got a series of videos coming up.
Yeah. To be honest, I mean, I could go through the backlog of catalog, of footage I've got. I mean, in terms of trips, I actually haven't booked a campsite for quite some time. I've heard that it's quite difficult to get hold of pitches. We're away shortly. I won't say when. And we haven't got any more trips booked up to Christmas, so I don't really know, to be quite honest with you. It's a bit of a change. Obviously, the kids going back to school, getting them used to that again. So I don't know, to be quite honest with you. We obviously, I mean, I need to try harder. These guys, Claire and Sam, they're all around Europe. I need to try bloody harder. They're putting everybody up to shame.
Yeah. They're just rocking up to sites.
Yeah. I know. I mean, we've got a few sites that we've, that we like, and that we'll head back to. But genuinely, I've got very, very little planned this side of Christmas, and next year well, one thing that I'll mention on the podcast, hopefully it'll be edited and put together and released fairly soon, but I've got quite a big exciting challenge next year, which is happening in July, but summer holiday wise next year we were already booked to go to France. We were meant to go there this year and we deferred it, so that will be our holiday next summer. Dates yet, not sure, not entirely sure where exactly we go. We know roughly, but other than that, no huge plans.
Can we bring our new presenter on, please? He's itching to ask questions.
Sorry, Andy.
Put his headphones back in.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks. I was
You've
supposed
done
to ask you a
research and
question.
everything this week,
Oh, yeah, I did, yeah. I looked and I couldn't find anything. So, sorry.
Mark, you should be sticking with the caravanners.
I am. I'm just leading him down a path. Don't worry. I'm just sending him on his little Pokemon path of fury down the wrong way. Him and his Pokemons.
Pokemon path.
So what plan have you got? What? I mean, you've got a caravan. So not a motorhome. What caravan is it that you've got, Andy?
We have Pegasus Grande Palermo.
Oh, nice. And why is it that you don't go for a motorhome, Andy?
Really? The size motorhome we would need, I would probably need to remortgage the house. That's why.
Very expensive, aren't you? You can buy a lovely caravan and car for an awful lot less, can't you?
Well, yeah, or just the caravan, to be honest, because the car's not mine.
Bonus.
Indeed. But so we've looked at motorhomes. I remember going around the show at Malvern probably about 10 years ago, perhaps, and had a wander around there and was like, wow, yeah, this is seriously out of our budget. That's if you want to buy new. Of course, you don't have to buy new. But
even used, those are scary money, aren't they?
Yeah.
Where's this going?
I'm just getting the point that caravans are much better than motorhomes. That's all I'm saying.
It for me, I'm whilst I am on your side, I'm quite level-headed about this, and I think it depends on your use. There is definitely an advantage to bombing along at 70 mile an hour on a motorway in Europe if you've got a long distance to travel and not doing 50.
Well, why don't we ask somebody? Come on, Sam, Claire. Let's ask them.
Yeah, it's well. First of all, we're very insulted that motorhomes are not a good thing, because they are a good thing.
They are.
And if you're bombing along at 70 on a motorway, and the motorways in Europe are massive and wide and smooth and lovely, motorhome is perfect. Why would you want to be towing something?
Plus, as I came across when we were first on, we're not old enough. We don't have a towing license.
That's the other thing. We don't have the license for it.
How old do you think I am?
How are we supposed to answer that?
I don't know.
Are you allowed to do 70 mile an hour in a motorhome now?
I believe if it's under 3.5 tons, you are. Is that right? Because ours is only 3.3.
Yeah.
And it'll do 70 and no, it'll only do 70.
Yeah, it'll only do 70.
Yeah.
Is that what? Yeah.
And some.
Yeah, no, I think there's a bit of a debate here, isn't there, about the caravans and the motorhomes?
It's a similar debate to saying whether you buy a refillable gas bottle or not.
Yeah.
Mm. That's got us a fair tangent, hasn't it?
Well, no, it's either one or the other. It seems to be. There doesn't seem to be any sort of I can understand why that's good, and I can understand why that's good. It's either one or the other.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think there's a show in that.
No, there's not.
And tonight we're going to discuss refillable gas bottles with Mark.
Useful information. It's very cheap on the refillable ones.
Hey, we've run away with ourselves. Andy, joking about, mate. Good luck on your future videos and everything else. And I'm totally with you, mate. Why you need to have a break. We all need to have a break, and sometimes you've just got to go. Whoa, let's get back on with personal life for a little bit.
Thanks, buddy.
Before moving back on, and I know where you're coming from. We do joke about it, but the videos you have done, brilliant videos. Next week, we're going to start our new 10-minute section together, CC and CC. And we'll have a discussion about caravans and campers. Like I say, the big man has gone.
I can't wait to get back to my phone.
I know.
Big man has gone. Don't worry about it. I've handled everything. Like I say, John, he was going to get rid of you anyway. Right? He couldn't break the news, so I've done it for you. All right? He was going to...
Yeah.
Look, I'm not being funny with you, right? It was Mark who was going to take your place.
Look, don't worry, John. They won't pay me enough. Don't worry.
So we'll do the 10-minute segment next week, and we'll announce Dan has gone next week, and we'll start the new podcast. So
Fair enough.
don't worry about it.
I'm not.
Don't worry, Andy.
I'm not.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Stick with us. The C, C, and CC. Don't worry.
See?
See?
Easy for you to see.
Yeah, so we're back to normal next week. We're going to do a couple of motorhome reviews, a couple of caravan reviews. We're going to do Ask Lee. We're going to do campsite reviews. And we're also going to do our new CC and CC. Dad has gone. You'll all see.
You'll see.
You'll see what's going to do down. You can see where this is going.
Are we going to be over the Pokemon next week?
No. I'm going to... Oh, I nearly slipped up. Right, are we all done?
All right. Good
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody,
Well
for
done.
tuning in.
Yeah, thanks very much, everybody. We'll see you next week.
thanks.
And we'll see everybody except from Next Up Everywhere, but we'll definitely see you at the end of the month. See you later.